Well, g'day everybody. My name is Nemeth. I'm a whip maker from a long line of whip makers. And following over the last few years literally hundreds and hundreds of inquiries for multi-plait whip kits, we finally made the time and put the effort into perfecting a whip kit that I'm quite confident that you'll be able to plait and have fun with, and indeed have a very good, decent result whip at the end. Okay, I'd like to now show you how to plait an 8-plait whip, and all the makings here, what's in the kit, what you receive in the kit is here. You'll receive, and we've selected red and black to do this in because it's my favourite combination of colour. You'll receive the handle or the stock of the whip already plaited just like that. So first the stock is made. The bellies are in 2 parts and they will come together just like that for you. We have the strand already cut and cut to taper, 2-tone here, and we are selecting 2-tone because it will make it easier. You're not experienced at plaiting. We've got 2 pieces of bolster or flick. We have the fall of the whip, which is one of the last stages to put the whip together, and of course we have the cracker. In the kit also is my special conditioner. Don't ask me for the recipe because I won't share it, but you'll find it a magic leather conditioner. All things that you get in the kit are there, together with this keeper holder, and we'll show you how that works. I'll send you a piece of string or a piece of rope that goes through those 2 holes. I have a fixed stand just like this one to plait on, and you can see here's my keeper holder. Now you won't have that in your workshop, so you can simply tie this onto a doorknob, so you can do it in your flat, you can do it in your home, you can tie it under a stump under your home, you can even go out and tie it up to a tree, and you've got a fixed point, and that just holds the keeper, and we'll show you how that's going to work. Okay, so we've just tied the strands off so we can condition them and run a bit of slippage, if you like. This makes the hide slippery. So we're just going to get a bit in the hand and just run it down the hide all the way down, just like that. And this facilitates the plaiting, of course. It helps the plait and helps it to slip through as you're plaiting the whip, as well as conditioning the leather. It makes it a lot softer. As soon as you put this on, you can feel the marvellous characteristic of the kangaroo hide coming through as soon as you put the conditioner on. We don't want any excess conditioner on because it's hard to grip onto, it becomes a little slippery. So you just want to grab a clean cloth and just gently and slowly take any excess off. And for me, this is my fixed plaiting point. This is where I spend the good part of my working day, on this plaiting stand. For you, you won't have one of these, but you do have one of these, which is the same as I have here, and you would just find a fixed point, a doorknob if you like, or a post of some sort, and with the string or the rope that I send you to put through this, you just fix it off tight, and that becomes our keeper. So using my own fixed point, we simply put that piece of leather through the keeper or through the eyes, and the eye of the 2 bellies you'll see are at about 2 adult fingers. That's just about perfect, but you don't have to worry because I've already cut this for you. So it's just a matter of putting it together and running it down. Once you get it on, and we'll send you a strand to do this, it just rounds it and puts it all back together, making it one nice piece. On a 6-foot whip, this internal belly ceases to exist. It just deletes or ceases to exist, tapers out at 3 foot 7 inches. So we have 4 strands of 2 different colours, and all we're doing is dividing them through the center of the two black strands, if you will, or the two red, doesn't matter which one you have in your right hand and which one you have in your left, so that we have 4 strands coming through on one side and 4 of the same color strands coming through on the other side. From there, we simply pick up our belly and bring the first keeper over and then the second keeper over, and form them and hold them just like that. You've got 4 strands of black on the left hand side, on the right hand side, and you've got 4 strands of red on the left hand side. And the plait begins from the right at the top strand, bring it across and go through the center of the 4 strands on the opposite side and back to the bottom on the right that we started. So we started up here, we bring the strand over and bring it back to the bottom of the 4 strands. From the left, easy peasy, back to the bottom. From the right, through the center, right at the top, through the center of the 4 strands, which means you divide them, you've got 2 and 2, through the center, and back to the bottom, or closest to you on the right hand side. And then, from the left, we're not worried about pulling any strands tight at the moment, we're just forming the keeper. Through the center of the 2 strands on the right side, and back to the bottom on the left hand side, or the side that's closest to me. Again, from the right hand side, through the center of the 2 on the left, and back to the bottom on the right. From the left. So indeed, to plait a whip, you only need to know your right and your left hand. And everybody knows that, don't we? From the right again, through the center of the 2 on the left, and from the right, left again, through the center of the 2 on the right. Now this is an 8 plait whip, so the strand is cut a little wider, a little heavier than 12 plait whip. A 12 plait whip needs to be cut more narrowly, the strand, to accommodate or facilitate the extra 4 strands. Okay, so we have 4 strands on from either side now, and we're just going to untangle. You'll get used to doing this. It's just a matter of looking down and thinking, oh, it's a bit of a tangle there, and you just lift one at a time, out nice and easy, and there's no trouble at all. Separate the left-hand side, the red strand, and now we're doing one of the most important functions. We are shaping the keeper. Now, as I said earlier, the keeper needs to be just at about 2 adult fingers, the width of the 2 adult fingers, not right back up here, just that width. And it's already shaped for you in the kit anyhow, so it'll just naturally form that part. And we're very slowly now forming the keeper. It's this part of the keeper that attaches to this, the handle or the stock of the whip. It's a stock, really. That's how the whip got its name. It's a stock whip. And we'll show you how that attaches. And that's a critical measurement, and it's all done easy peasy in the kit. The second strand down, we're just pulling lightly now. We're just pulling lightly because we want these 4 strands, or these 8 strands, to all gel in here at this point. And so the plait begins. It's just a simple herringbone 4 plait, and anybody can do it. And it's a matter of just pulling straight down the line. You're not pulling here, you're not pulling this way, you're just taking the strand. And I should have explained, this is just sports tape that I put around my fingers, and it stops the edge of the hide or the edge of the leather giving me like a paper cut. It allows me to grip the hide as I plait it. It's now time for the next piece or 2 pieces of leather that are in your kit, and this is called bolster. I call it flick, but bolster is the correct term for it. And it's simply going to be used as a bit of a shaping strand from 3 inches down until it expires, and I'll show you how this works. We're just going to push that red strand up a bit, push the bolster through, and lay it right on top of the series of bellies that are through here, and then plait over the top of it. So you can see how now we're shaping up and how this bolster, we've started narrow here at the head of the neck, and then we're shaping up, and very soon we'll be starting to taper down. And all we're doing is plaiting over these bolster and plaiting over the keeper strand of the whip, and we're plaiting over the bellies. Easy peasy, 4 strands either side. Okay, we're at the final 3 inches here of this flick or build that we've put in, and we just want to take the top strand and taper it down from about 1.5 inches there to nothing, and this one from the end where the top one ends, just taper it down to nothing. And we will just plait straight over the top of that, and eventually, in just a moment, we won't see it at all, but you'll see the form and the character that is given the whip, so we can commence the taper, which is very, very important to a well-made whip. And the method we put together for these whip kits controls the taper, controls the balance of the whip, gives you all the years of experience that I have in doing so, and no matter where you are in the world, this whip will just taper and plait down along the bellies that we've built and sent you, and you're going to end up with a great result. Okay, so there's that bolster now, or that flick, just disappearing inside the belly, never to be seen again. And we're just simply plaiting down now. Now we're at our 3'3" mark. Sorry, we're at just short, 3 inches short of 3 feet. And these strands, these are the end of the keeper strand that are coming straight through on the top of your belly, and they're meant to taper out at 3 feet. So this one's just perfect. It's perfect. I'm happy with that. And this one we're just going to bring to the end of this one and taper it out as well. And when we taper this one out, we'll be just on the 3 foot mark. Right hand, left hand, it's all it is. And we're off that keeper strand now. That one's just closed it off, and we're just about spot on 3 feet. So we're halfway down this whip. We're just going to clear that little bunch at the bottom simply by lifting them out one strand at a time, and the other side just pull it out and give it a bit of a shake. Bring the belly back down through. Okay everybody, we're just about to come off the first internal belly, which is the red hide part of the belly. We still have the vegetable double butt split running, and we just want to give that a bit of a tug to make sure it's not bunching up. We want to get hold of the red hide with the pliers and just give that a bit of a tug because it's about to disappear. Make sure it's not bunching up. And we're going to start the dropping sequence on the 8 plait whip. Now the dropping sequence on the 8 plait whip, we only drop 2 strands as opposed to the 12 plait where we drop 6 strands. But the same deal applies. You will have internal strand, 1 red and 1 black, running the remainder of the whip. You've got strand back running the remainder of the whip, and if for some reason, this is the tail end of the whip we're getting at now, and if for some reason you do any damage to the whip, it's always the tail of the whip, and this is why you're going to have a whip for life, because you've got an internal strand now that's about to run down the belly. Now what we need to do is just get the whips out and check the short and grab the shortest strand. That's the shortest strand there. We're simply putting a 1/2 inch in it so we know which is the shortest strand, and it came up in the position where we need it. So it's from that top. So we're going to just put another plait over it just to get down that red hide belly just a little bit further. And we're going to just go a little bit further, bring that strand back up to the top mark, which is our dropping mark. So we're going to demarcate that short strand with a 1/2 hitch so we can tell where it is, and we'll plait down until we get to the point where we need to drop that and it becomes part of the internal belly. Plaiting down. Now the same as on the 12 plait whip that we've got up on the site, the dropping sequence again is the same.